Hello YouTube, my name is FY'18 and welcome to the Nintendo financial report for quarter 2, I think, or quarter 3. Let me check if I can see here if it's, I think it's quarter 2. Yeah, quarter 2 for the 2019 financial year. I believe it's 2019. I can't be sure. And also, hello there. This is a face cam. This is a new one. I have to look there, not there. There's where my video playback is. That's where I should be looking at. And obviously, new camera and all that. So this is going to be most likely the format going forward for both the Smash predictions and all that. And reactions, I don't know, depends on how good the quality is. And I think the quality right now looks really good. But obviously, this is a much shorter one. And until I get a bigger memory card for the camera, it's going to be most likely not this quality for the bigger videos. But anyway, let's get on to it. Let's get to the financial report. And obviously I'm just going to talk about the sales data and not really the money made. And a little bit later on in the end, we're going to be talking about how well Nintendo can still be doing because of their projections for the upcoming year. So let's first things first, start off with the hardware sales. Although they don't include in this little bracket I'm seeing, it's good to note that the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic have both done 3.69 million. I don't know if that's combined or individually, but that's basically it. I think it's combined because it doesn't really say. So let's get on to the hardware units sold for the 3DS. Let's start with the 3DS because it's the console that right now is taking the backseat on Nintendo's side. First things first, the Nintendo 3DS sold in this quarter 0.64, I should say, million, so 640,000 units in the past 3 months, making it overall for since April 1st, I should say, until September 30th, 1 million. Lifetime, obviously, as of September 30th, as of a month ago, it was 73.53 million units, and the forecast for the entire year for Nintendo for the 3DS is at the 4 million mark. So then we achieve then for software, for this quarter the Nintendo 3DS did 3.32 million. It's expected to do overall until the end of the year 6.27 million, so it's about halfway there. Lifetime to date is at 371 million and 160,000, and the forecast for the year is 16 million. It's still 10 million to go. I'm not too sure if it can because I'm thinking, and I don't think there's a lot of big games coming out for the Nintendo 3DS this year, but you never know. Then Nintendo Switch sales data for hardware this quarter, it shipped 3.19 million, so about the same that it shipped last year. Then we have the cumulative until the end of September by the entire year. It's at 5.7 million and 5.07, I should say, not 5.7. 5.7 is closer to 6, and this is not, it's closer to 5 in this one. Then the cumulative, all of it was at 22.86 million, so very good numbers, and we'll get to something very interesting about that in a little bit. And then for the forecast, they keep it at 20, and we'll just get to that in a little bit. So now let's I'm going to disappear for a little bit as we bring in the numbers for the hardware. So hardware numbers, as of right now, the Nintendo Switch is at 22.86 million and the 3DS at 73.53 million. Here's a fun fact. The Switch has outsold the GameCube. The GameCube sold 21.74 million. And if I am bold to say, I think I'm going to call this right now, by the end of the year, the Nintendo Switch will have outsold the Nintendo 64. The 64 sits right now at 32.93 million. So it seems like the Switch is very close. It's 10 million away. So yeah, it does seem like the Switch will eventually beat the GameCube, and it should be doing it relatively soon. Then for the top selling best games, let's obviously do the top 10 on 3DS and Wii and Switch. So not many changes on the 3DS side from what I remember from last from the last quarter. Tomodachi Life at 6.3, 7.9 million for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon at number 8. Number 9, not number 8, number 9. Number 8 for Super Smash Brothers, 9.3 million, or 9.35 million I should say. 11.94 million for number 7 in Animal Crossing New Leaf. 3D Land sits at number 6 at 12.22 million. Then 12.82 million for the number 4th game, not number 4th, number 5th, in New Super Mario Brothers 2. Then then Pokemon Alpha, Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, selling both 14 million and 14.13 million units. Then Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, number 3 I should say, Sun and Moon at 16.13 million, getting very close to number 2 in Pokemon X and Y that sold 16.32 million. And then number 1 is Mario Kart 7 at 17.52 million. I just want to point this out, very, very interesting. Despite the fact that the Nintendo 3DS has sold, as of right now, oh man, I cannot see it. I'm trying. I legitimately am trying. I was going to see the numbers for, okay, yeah, I can see it. Despite the fact that the 3DS has sold roughly half of the DS, roughly around the half of the DS, Pokemon Sun and Moon have gotten, Ultra Sun and Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon X and Y have gotten extremely close to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl sold 17.67 million, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are both at 16 million, which is pretty good numbers. Also, they have both beaten Black and White, and we don't have numbers for the third editions of those games because those games sold under 12 million. And it's good to remember that the DS, outside of the big sellers that like the 3DS had Brain Age, the new Super Mario Bros. Game selling 30 million, and then Nintendogs. And now we reach the top 10 for the Nintendo Switch, and this is where things get very, very, very good, and very interesting, I should say. Because at number 10, breaking the 1.5 million in a game that's getting closer and closer to get to the 2 million, hopefully does 2 million. Come on, baby. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sold as of right now, lifetime to date, 1.53 million. I believe this roughly translates, I think, to 0.3 million by like 300,000 units that it sold this quarter. I'm not too sure, don't quote me on that, but I believe it's either that or 100,000 units, so either way, good numbers for it. Then Tropical Freeze selling 1.67 million, which I believe translates to 200,000 units this quarter. Then Kirby Star Allies at 2.10, and also 2.10 ARMS. I think ARMS did less than Kirby, and I think Kirby did exceptionally well. I could be wrong. I think Kirby was at like 1.4, 1.5 as well. 1.6, I could be wrong. But tremendous numbers. Then Mario Tennis at 2.16 million, and it's now bundled. And if things keep going, Mario Tennis Aces is going to surpass. It's going to jump to number 5 and surpass the number 5 game 1-2 Switch. That's a 2.64 million. I know a lot of people don't enjoy the fact that this game is at number 5 and it has sold as well as it has. But we must remember, not everything is for everyone, and this game in particular obviously is not for a lot of people. I get that, but hey, a game selling, Nintendo's been making a boatload of money on this one, and let's not forget that this game is also being bundled, so there's a little bit of a thing there. Then at number 4, which has the difference between 4 and 5 is tremendous, because at number 4 we have Splatoon 2 at 7.47 million. Another game getting very, very close to the 10 million mark. I'm going to be honest, I would not be shocked that if by the end of the year the Nintendo Switch had 6 games over 10 million units, with Splatoon and the upcoming Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, and Super Smash Brothers going over the distance and surpassing that 10 million mark. I think Pokemon and Smash, I think Smash is a guaranteed. Pokemon by the end of the year is a little unclear, mostly because of being more casual. So pre-orders right now don't seem too good, but then again, it's pre-orders for a more casual Pokemon game, so we don't know. And Splatoon, maybe it can do 3 million, maybe they can do a bundle with it. I would not be shocked if they did a bundle, especially in Japan. Nintendo seems much more open to bundles this year for Black Friday and all that stuff, and that's what I'm going to be getting to in the 20 million, the forecast discussion in a little bit. Then we reach number 3, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild at 10.28 million. I believe this indicates a roughly 500,000 units sold in the last quarter, I believe. I could be wrong. I could very much be wrong, but I think it's 500,000, which is pretty damn impressive. If it's not 500,000, it's like 400,000. It's still very good. Then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 11 million.71. This game just keeps on selling. I think we're looking at lifetime sales of around 20 million. Zelda, I think 15 million has been it's the most likely scenario that will end up. And then at number 1, Super Mario Odyssey at 12.17 million. The game is doing tremendously well, and we now can only wait and see to do the numbers that it keeps on pulling for the near future. I think also another one that could end up in the 20 million range. We have to see how it goes after this holiday season. So Nintendo I'm back. So Nintendo has kept the 20 million projected to the end of the year. So that means that from October 1st to March 31st, Nintendo is expecting to ship roughly 15 million. It's 14.90 94, I think. Yeah, 93. So roughly that. 14.97, 93 units from now until the end of March. From October 1st to March 31st. And can they do it is the question. Well, here's the thing. Nintendo's more open this year to bundles. Last year, through October to December, the Switch sold 7 million. And I believe then it went on to sell another 2 to 3 in quarter 1, from January to March. If it keeps up that's 10 million. But wait a minute, 10 million, that's 5 million left. Isn't that a little? That's the thing. With Smash, with Pokemon, this is what you need to remember. Last year, the Switch, what did the Switch have for the holiday season? It had Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and nothing. It had 2 games, one very big game, and the other one big-ish. I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but it's not the big game, let's put it that way. The big game was Mario Odyssey, but Xenoblade was there to accompany it, to push it to the finish line, not to help it tremendously. This year, we have 2 games that will push the Switch hard in Pokemon and Smash. Then we include the fact that we're getting bundles. We got the Fortnite bundle at the beginning of October, which sales that already are included in this financial report, at least for the pre-orders. Everything else, we don't know. Then we have the Super Smash Bros. Bundle that comes out in about 2 days. Yeah, today's the 30th. In 2 days, 2 to 3 days, it's the 2nd. Then we have the what is it? It's the other bundle, the Diablo bundle that also comes out in 2 days, and both of them have been doing very well in pre-orders in GameSpot, I believe. GameSpot everywhere. There's a prediction tool in on VG Charts. There's a guy that goes and does this prediction tool regarding who's gonna win NPD, and he's been very consistent in who gets it. And the Switch has been doing very well in that prediction too. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Switch did in fact end up beating everybody else in October, and then November, that's what I was going to talk about, with the bundles, and November also having Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, plus the Pikachu and Eevee bundles that they're doing with the Switch, plus whatever Nintendo has for Black Friday. We don't know. Last year they didn't do any deals with the Switch. This year they might. They seem more open to do it because of the bundles, and maybe they'll increase the number of bundles. We could see an Odyssey bundle, a Breath of the Wild bundle, a Splatoon bundle. We don't know, so we have to wait and see. And then so if they can pull off 11 million there, 11 million to 10 million, that it means 5 to 4 million in the last quarter, and they can still pull that off by having Animal Crossing. With Animal Crossing there, like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is going to push it a little bit, but if in February or March they have Animal Crossing or Fire Emblem, but I think Animal Crossing is the more likely one to do it, it will push the Switch over that number and achieve the 20 million. But that number is still very up in the air. It's still very difficult for the Switch. It's not impossible, like some people have been saying. It's difficult, but very, very possible. It just depends on what Nintendo does for Black Friday, and if Animal Crossing is is there or not. If Animal Crossing is not there and there's not too many Black Friday deals, I still think the Switch is going to come very close to that prediction mark they had for the 20 million. I think like a 18 to 9, 17 to 19 is the window I could see it doing. So anyway, that was the Nintendo's financial report video. So thank you guys for watching. I've been the Legend of DS. I'll see you guys next time.